Hello, a very warm welcome back. Today I'm looking at a Canon QL17, actually, the top of the range in the QL line. The 17 refers to the aperture, which is a 1.7 on this camera. It's one that came in last week. It's a rangefinder camera, 35mm rangefinder camera. But this one had a number of issues relating to the shutter and the aperture and power to the meter. It is an it's a shutter priority camera or a manual camera, and this one's needed quite a bit of repair, so I'm in the process of stripping it down and trying to repair it. In case you haven't seen the inside of what a rangefinder camera looks like, this is the rangefinder segment over here. It's very delicate. This is where you would look through. This is the viewfinder, so you actually look through this this kind of semi-transparent mirror. I'll put it around this way, it might be easier to see. And then you have the rangefinder, which is another mirror over here on this side, as you can see. And there is a cam that moves when you adjust the focus on the lens, which I believe is this cam here, which will move. I can't see it from there. I need to look at it from this side. There is a cam that will move this part here until you line up the two images. And there's also on this, there is a metering scale as well on the top. You can just see it there with the aperture settings, and there's a very thin needle. This is the metering here. As you can see, as the metering moves, the needle moves across and will let you know in the viewfinder what the selected aperture is if you're in auto, or what the aperture should be if you're in manual and you have to set the aperture manually. So you can see I've got it in quite a bit of state. I've kind of took the heart of it out, which is the lens with the shutter and the iris mechanism in it. You can see the iris back there. It's had a few issues. I think I did manage to get the shutter working on it. I've been sort of working on this on and off. But I need to sort out the wiring. This is the battery socket on the bottom. So I need to make sure that I've got wiring from going from there up through the meter to here, I believe, where it attaches to the front. There's a pin on this section here that connects the power, and then it goes in, and this is the metering cell here, which sits inside of there, kind of thing. The shutter I do believe got working now, and the shutter cocking lever is this one on the bottom. This is quite stiff to move. And then the firing mechanism is this lever here. There you go. So I have got the shutter working again now. I just need to sort out the iris. And the issue with it is, are you going to focus or not? It's not that far away. There you go. So you can see there's the iris scale. Come on, stop messing about. You can manually close the iris down, but when you try and open it up again, the iris doesn't open up. It just stays at whatever setting it's been left on. Oh, you really are struggling with the autofocus today, aren't you? So that's the issue that I've got, is that the iris isn't really working properly. You can see there it's closed down, and if I move this back to being wide open, the iris should be opening up, but it isn't. It's just staying closed shut. So I've got that to sort out, and the wiring issue to sort out for the battery. But I think I've got the shutter sorted out. That was just a case of the blades were stuck together. Quite a simple camera to work on. It's quite nice the way this whole section comes out. So you can take this section out of the camera itself, and it does therefore give you access into here where you can see the wiring from the battery comes in, so you can actually get access to the inside of it, etc. It's not too difficult to take it apart and put it back together. And I've got the top off as well because the top needs to come off. It gives me a chance to clean the viewfinder glasses, just to brighten up the viewfinder a little bit. But yeah, that's the basic operation of a viewfinder camera, is that there'll be a step. I don't have the lens here, but there's usually a part that moves. Now you can see it there. You can see how it moves depending on the focus. And that's what gives you the second image. As you can see, as you change the focus on the lens, that part moves, and that gives you the little image in the middle that you can line up, so you can see a straight edge that's double, and you adjust the focus until it's one on top of the other, and then you know it's focused on that part. That side of it works fine. It's just I need to get power to the meter and sort out the aperture, and then get it back together, and hopefully it'll be quite a nice camera then. So I might as well give it a bit of a clean up. And as you can see, I've taken the leatherette finishing off. Again, this needs cleaning up and re-gluing and reattaching. But yeah, not a bad camera to work on, but that's what I'm currently doing, is this little project. It's a bit of a shame that it came in and needed so much work, but yeah, I think it'll be nice when it's finished. So yeah, I don't really have any major updates this week, really. I have got more cameras to sort of go through, but I've been busy in meetings and other things. Life gets in the way, doesn't it? I'd rather just sit here and play with these all day, but that isn't always possible. You can see that's where the exposure meter sensor sits in the front of the camera. So it will adjust for filters that you put over the top of it. That's the reason these sensors are normally placed in the middle of the lens, like so, rather than sitting outside. Of course, all that rangefinder part is light sort of covered. There's a plate that sits on top of that to hide it away. But yeah, that's what I've been working on. That's what I've been messing about with for the last few days. I have got a couple of new cameras that came in, but they're pretty much ones that I've covered before. But I will bring you some videos on those. I've got a Fed 2. I was going to say, well, it's a Soviet era camera, but I believe it came out of Ukraine, the Feds. Copies of Leica 2, I believe. So I had another one of those that I picked up last week for very little money. That one luckily seems to be quite good condition. And I also picked up another boxed Canon QL17, which again was, I can't resist a bargain. It was very low price. I think it was about £11, which is what, $15, $18, something like that. And it works perfectly fine. And the seals inside of it are almost like new. So that was quite a nice little find. But yeah, that's about it for the moment. I say I will bring you videos on those too, or maybe just do a quick start guide or how to load a film into them. But yeah, I'm still about. This is what I've been working on, and it's just a general sort of catch up. As always, comments, questions and queries down below. Getting a lot of inquiries through the comments and through email at the moment, so forgive me if I'm taking a slightly longer time to come back to you. There's quite a lot coming in. It's encouraging to see a lot of young people. I'm an old duffer. I've been around a long time, and it's nice to see people sort of 18 to 34, people who probably never had any experience with film, asking a lot of questions about how to get started and what's a good camera, or they tend to be handed down cameras that are found in relatives' attics, etc. So it's very good. You can always contact me via email if you don't want to do it through the comments. It's thephotographersbag@gmail.com. I do have an Instagram page, the same name. And as always, comments, questions, queries, suggestions, anything really photographic, just drop it down in the comments or send me an email. I tend to try and answer. Well, I do answer all of them eventually, but Yeah. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and all that usual stuff. Look forward to seeing you in the next one. Maybe this will be in a better state of repair next time you see it. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Bye.